Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm Alex, and I'm going to be telling you my top 5 favorite features and top 5 annoying features of my 2021 Land Rover Defender 110. Let's get into it. Starting with annoying features, in my opinion, one of the most annoying features in the Defender would be cargo space. Now, it is not bad by any means, but for a full-size SUV, or technically here in the US more of a mid-size, there isn't a ton of room behind the second row. For example, I have my tennis bag right here, and when it's touching the back of the seat, it barely misses hitting the tailgate. The next annoying feature would be rearward visibility. Now, I personally did not get Land Rover's clear sight rear view mirror, which turns your rear view mirror into a camera. Despite that, rearward visibility is not the best, as you can see here. The spare tire, as well as the squares on the sides, do not help with rearward visibility and do create a large blind spot. Also, the side mirrors are not very wide, which does not help rearward visibility. The third most annoying feature isn't necessarily that annoying in my opinion, but for a $63,000 car, I would expect more than manual seats. However, forward-backward is manual, up-down is manual, but the backrest is powered, as well as 4-way power lumbar. Not the biggest problem, but you would expect to have full power seats in a luxury SUV. Number 4 on my list of annoying features in the Defender would be the fact that there isn't a ton of hidden interior storage. For example, your only interior hidden storage would be the glove box, as well as the center console, but as you can see in mine, I have the center console refrigerator compartment. Granted, there is a ton of interior storage, but it is all exposed. For example, all the storage on the dashboard. There is a little bit of storage behind the screen as well, and over here, and the door pockets. I would expect a little bit more hidden storage, but overall, it's not necessarily that big of a deal. Finally, number 5 on my list of annoying features in the Defender would be the lack of rear seat adjustability. There is no rear seat adjustability, at least in my particular Defender, the 110S, but I would expect at least, forward, backward, maybe the addition of a reclining backrest, but overall, it's not necessarily that big of a problem, especially as these rear seats are very comfortable. Now on to my top 5 favorite features in the Defender. First off is more of a category of features, and that would be the infotainment system and interior technology. Now, the Defender is the first JLR product to feature JLR's new Pivi Pro infotainment system, which is worlds better than the old InControl Touch Pro infotainment system that I have in my Discovery. Pivi Pro is super quick, super easy to use, has all of your, immediate information just a couple clicks away. You have media, you have a wonderful, in my case, a wonderful 400-watt Meridian sound system. As well as, navigation. It shows you your weather, your 4x4 info, which is one of my personal favorites. It shows when your differentials lock and unlock, and it also shows you your wheel articulation as well. You also have wade sensing, which will show you how deep you are when you're wading through water, as well as a ton of extra features in here as well. So my next favorite feature on my Defender would be the way it looks. It's big, it's chunky, it screams off-roader, it screams Defender. Even though it's not necessarily the same as the old one, there's still these styling cues of the original one, like the checker plate on the hood, and as well as the headlights that have the 2 lights on the side of it inside of the circle. Overall, it just looks awesome. I have not met, I take that back, I've met people that don't like it, but they're the old Defender fans. And that's alright, but it's not for everyone, but I personally love it. I think it's such a good looking car. It's different, but it's different in a good way, and I love that. There's just something about having the hottest SUV of the year. Everyone comes up to you, everyone wants to know about it. And I just love talking about it with people. Everyone thinks like, oh wow, what is that, the new Defender? Is that the new Defender? And it's awesome. I love it. My next favorite feature in my Defender would be just interior room in general. There is a ton of room in here. I mean, seating position is great. You sit really high up. You have that classic Land Rover Command driving position. I have a ton of headroom. I'm 5'9", so I'm not the tallest person. I have at least a good, probably 5-6 inches of headroom. Legroom is great, and even in the back as well, there is a ton of room. A ton of legroom, ton of headroom. It's just overall a really spacious interior. And it's one of my favorite things about the Defender. Now, my next favorite feature on the Defender is, without a doubt, its off-road capability. Here we have it in the off-road height on the air suspension. So in off-road height, you have up to 11.5 inches of ground clearance. Wading depth is 35.4 inches, so that's almost 3 feet of wading depth. It can go up inclines of 45 degrees, and it's an astonishingly good off-roader. I've seen what these things can do. I have not had the chance to take mine off-road yet, but that is definitely in the works. It's really amazing what it can do. It has center locking differential as standard, or mine has the off-road package, which included a rear locking differential. Overall, it's such an amazingly good off-roader. My fifth favorite feature on the Defender would be its powertrain. Now, I went with the P300, which is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It makes 296 brake horsepower, comes in at 5,500 RPM, and 295 pound-feet of torque, comes in at 1,500 RPM, and stays flat all the way up to 4,000 RPM. Overall, it's been a really good engine. Plenty of power. 300 horsepower is actually more than enough for a vehicle this size. Pretty decent fuel economy, although the P400 inline 6-cylinder does get slightly better thanks to its mild hybrid system. But overall, I'm very happy with this powertrain. It sounds good from the outside, as you will find out. It does not sound very good from the inside. If you've seen my other videos, it plays fake engine noise through the speakers, something I personally do not like. But overall, it suits the Defender quite well. Old Defenders had 4 cylinders, and I think overall it's a really good engine. So there we have it, my top 5 favorite features and top 5 most annoying features in my 2021 Land Rover Defender 110S P300. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down in the video, tell me what you like, tell me if you agree or disagree with anything. And again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.